All right, my friends, if you sell commercial real estate or you ever want a job in the space, there's one book that you have to read this year or whenever you're watching this. Go ahead and order Selling Buildings by Bob Knakal and Rod Santomassimo. See, this is an advanced copy, which I am not allowed to sell. I really enjoyed this book. It's not full of vague advice or recycled sales cliches like so many of the books in the space. It's real world, it's tactical, it's brutally honest. This is like Shoe Dog for those of us in the commercial real estate space. And I'm pretty much a sucker for a business memoir. I mean, Bob has closed over 2,300 buildings in New York City, and you get to hear from the individual Rod Santomassimo who has coached him along the way. So what can you do? You can stop watching this video and go order this right now. Or if you want to keep watching along, I'm going to mention 3 of the big ideas that really stuck out to me as I'm building my own brokerage business, and why you might treat this book like your personal playbook in the space. So let's go. Big idea number 1 is you can create time through territory. I really love that phrase that Bob mentioned, okay? It's creating time as a broker, as a sales professional. Okay, so Bob's first game-changing move was building a territory system. This was in his original company, and you hear the story in the book, called Massey Knakal. And each broker in the firm owned a geographic area, basically specializing in that neighborhood. Now, in modern times, Bob recommends that you have 1,000 to 1,200 owners that you sort of specialize in, a specialty property that's also tied to a geography. That territory would allow you to be calling on 5,000 to 10,000 properties estimated. So why do this? It's not just about organization, it's about creating time. Instead of chasing random leads across town, you can actually become experts in this sort of micro market. That focus is leverage. Okay, so that just straight up creates a leverage for you. It's less work to get listings. It's less work to prove that you can sell that type of a product. So it's really not about just doing more. It's about doing the work that compounds. And I think that would just fire Bob and Rod up, that was one of the takeaways from my experience, which Bob and Rod, by the way, that's like a comedy duo is kind of what it sounds like. Okay, big idea number 2 is that you have to understand the commercial real estate cycles, and you have to make it through them. You have to last through them. You have to endure through the cycles. And that's exactly what Bob and Rod have done. So that's the second key insight. It's really about timing, and specifically, as you look at those real estate market cycles, the moves you make within them. So commercial real estate cycles actually lag behind the economic cycles. They're very tricky to predict. Most brokers either panic or quit when things slow down. But this book is full of, as coached by Rod, Bob basically doing the opposite. I mean, ramping up during market slowdown so that he could reap the harvest when the market came back. Or my favorite example, and you've probably heard about this, but during COVID, Bob literally walked the entire city, spending 220 hours on foot, observing almost 28,000 buildings below 96th Street in Manhattan, and he mapped it all. And I've actually been to this room, this Bob Knakal map room, and the story is in this book and on a couple videos I've made. But really the entire point is, when you know deals aren't necessarily gonna come in today, but will in the future after the cycle has run its course, what do you do to prepare for the heat? What do you do to set yourself up to receive that success when the market turns? All right, idea 3 is something that Rod Santomassimo wrote that really touched me, and it was about the idea that curiosity is the path to growth. You know, it's easy to have an attitude that like, you know what to do in the industry, and as you get more and more success, it's like, look, I don't have anything else to learn. I just need to keep repeating the same thing. And you do find that you're less curious than your early days. Maybe you're less of a risk taker, or you're a little less bold, and you get certain ideas about, well, this is the way things are. I've got my lane, people have their lane. But there is this line in the book where Rod says there's only one path to exponential growth, either to be arrogant or be curious. So be arrogant or be curious. And I was actually really challenged to think through that. Like, do I act like, okay, I've already arrived, there's nothing else I can learn? Or do you stay hungry and get obsessed with the idea of learning and improving? So Bob's, the GOAT broker and still has a coach. which speaks really highly to me about his unique ability to learn and Rod's unique ability to coach. Okay, that's it. 3 big ideas. I want to say this book is a gift for anyone who's serious about building a long-term commercial real estate career. It'll challenge your habits, it'll reshape your thinking, and it'll push you to build a business that lasts through cycles. It'll push you to be tough, or at the very least, keep you curious. My friends, thanks for listening. And hey, if you end up reading it, drop a comment below or let me know what stood out to you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. I try to keep this video short, but I don't know, I miss so much good stuff. People always ask me, what's the secret to succeeding in commercial real estate? Most of them are looking for magic. Some way to succeed without working too hard. There's no magic. There is no magic except for, wait a second, hold on. Let me just show you this cap right here. Okay, so if you take this cap and it just, that kind of looked like magic.